thanks for joining us today. My name is Kim Murdoch and you're watching Arts Hub Online. Today's craft lesson is cool and fun because we're making a snowman in July. So these are from a long time ago. They are fun to make. You can see this one looks like it's from 2011, guys. So they last a long time. So they're really fun to make and they use everyday household stuff. So you may recognize these. These are a pair of socks. Now these were brand new socks, but if you have a pair of socks laying around that you don't use very much or in good shape and you don't mind turning it into a snowman, that's a good thing. You can use little kid socks, you can use socks for kids, adults, whatever. You can use really, really big socks. You can make a tall snowman if you want to. But this makes a medium snowman, the one you see here. So I'm going to tell you all the supplies. I went outside and got a pair of sticks, and I thought that these really look like perfect snowman arms. So you can go out and find some sticks that work for you. Now, once upon a time when I did this craft, I used pipe cleaners, and they're cute as well. If you have pipe cleaners, you're welcome to use those. So one thing these guys have is you can't see it from where you are, but there is a weight in the bottom of this so it stands up straight, and the weight is made out of sand in a Ziploc bag. So I'm going to use some of these today to create my snowman for this example. But if you don't have sand, you can do different things. For example, you could get a bag of beans. This is a pound of beans. These are actually split peas, but you could use half of this, and you could put half of it in a Ziploc bag, and it would work just fine. You can also just go outside and find some rocks. You might have some gravel or some pebbles, or you could find just one good size rock that would fit in the bottom of this sock, and that'll work also. You are going to need some glue and scissors today, and you do need a rubber band. The rubber band is what helps hold his neck together. If you don't have a rubber band, you could use ribbon, you could use yarn, whatever you have. So speaking of ribbon, I went upstairs and I dug out some ribbon from our Christmas supplies. If you don't have any extra ribbon, you could just, like I said, use yarn, but you could also use torn up t-shirts or felt or things like that. So you can always repurpose things as well. So think about what you have around the house that might work. We'll be using them to do these decorations. Also, I dug up some of my buttons, and so I have different colors here, and so buttons are really handy. Usually there's buttons that come, like if you buy a new shirt or something, sometimes you'll get a spare button, and your parents probably have a collection of buttons somewhere. So those are really cute. I did get some googly eyes at the dollar store, and so I really recommend these. They're only $1 for like 150 googly eyes, which is great. But you can use them over and over again for all kinds of crafts. If you don't have googly eyes, you can always make something out of paper or buttons or something like that. You don't have to use googly eyes, but I'm going to use them today. What else, friends? I did pull out some of these extra ribbons, and you can see from these other examples, I had different things. So it's really whatever you have in your house. So if you don't have ribbons like this, maybe you have some old poinsettias laying around or some other types of flowers. These are artificial flowers, so if you have something like that, you can use that. So inside my snowman is stuffing. Now this is stuffing that I have left over from camp. If you don't have stuffing, it is no problem. You can use a couple of different items. So for example, you could use cotton balls if you don't have stuffing. You could also use torn up rags from t-shirts and just stuff them inside the sock. Once they're inside the sock, they don't show, so it doesn't matter really. You could stuff it with almost anything. Those are just some examples of alternatives. But if you guys are ready to get started, I know I am. This is going to be a lot of fun today. I'm looking forward to it. Here we go. All right, friends. So first things first, we need to put the weight in the bottom of our sock. So what I'd like you to do is get your weight ready. So mine is about a cup of sand in a Ziploc bag. Make sure that the air is mostly out of it and that it's sealed up real tight. If you need your parents' help with this, just ask them. And then you're going to take that and stuff it into the bottom of your sock. So you want to make sure it's down at the bottom, okay? And kind of squish it a little bit like this. You see how I flattened it a little bit? It creates a flat bottom, then it's more stable. So now it's time to stuff the stuffing into our sock. And all I can tell you is it takes more than you think it needs. I've done this a bunch of times with kids. I was looking at the bottom of these 3 snowmen to see what the years were. This one in the middle, guys, was made in 2005. So apparently I've really been making these for a while, and it works every time. It's a lot of fun. And I can tell you that kids seem to think they don't have to put as much stuffing in a sock as it takes, but I want to impress upon you while I stuff my sock, that it needs a lot. So basically, you'll notice that this part of the sock has these lines on it, and we're stuffing it until it's really, really full up to those lines. That top part of our sock is going to turn into his hat. So there we go. I've got it all stuffed now, and I'm pressing it down a little bit with my hand, and you can see that this top part, this is the part that would go around your ankle. This is going to turn into his hat later. But for now, we need to make his neck. And so we're just going to make sure the bottom is the right shape. Kind of go like that. And I actually realized that we need 2 rubber bands. When we first started, I said you needed 1, but the truth is you really need 2. So you need 1 for his neck and 1 for his hat. So the first one, we're going to basically squeeze where we think his neck would be, right? We've got to save room for his head and his hat. So it's basically like that. And take a second here with your rubber band. And you're going to go around at least twice, okay? Twice is okay, but you might need to do 3 times. Depends on your rubber band. I think it will be better if this one goes 3 times. So I went around 3 times like that. And now you can see this floppy part on the top is going to become his hat. So here's how you do the hat. It's super easy, guys. Check this out. You fold it down till it's about almost all the way down across his face, and then you fold the top up a little bit. And you can have it a little higher in the front, a little lower in the back. It's really cute. But if you don't have a rubber band for the top, the stuffing falls out of the top of his hat. So push it down now with your finger, like that. Take your second rubber band, and you're just going to seal off the top of his hat so the stuffing doesn't fall out. It also gives you a little thing on top of his hat, just like you would have on a hat, a little thing that sticks up. Like a pom-pom. If you have a pom-pom, it'd be a great place to put a pom-pom. If you don't have a pom-pom, it just kind of sticks up like that, and it is really quite cute. So there we go, got that going on. So now it's time to do some decorating. Now these sticks are something we're going to add at the very end, so make sure you know where they are. And we're going to do the buttons and the eyes a little bit later. First, we're going to do some decorating with ribbon. And so I'm going to take a ribbon, and like I said earlier, if you have felt, see this is actually made of felt, or if you just have old torn up t-shirts or things like that, you can use whatever you have. I'm just going to take some of this blue ribbon. I'm going to take more than I need to make sure I have plenty. And I'm actually going to curl the ends before I put it on my snowman. So when you curl ribbon, it has to be a certain type of ribbon. And so this is kind of like, I'm not really sure if it's plastic exactly, but it's already kind of curly. You see how that's really what is important. It's not made out of fabric. You open up your scissors, okay? You hold them like this, and you place the inside of the scissors on the curving part of the ribbon, and you just pull on it. So your thumb holds the ribbon in place, so you're not touching the blade, you're just holding it onto the side. And you're going to do that on the other side of the ribbon. So the ribbon, you always want to do it in the direction the ribbon is curling. Now you definitely are, should be talking to your parents if you need help with this stuff. Curling ribbon is a fun thing to learn. It makes it look really cool, and it's just fun. So now that I've curled it, I'm going to take a moment and I'm going to tie it onto my snowman. And so I'm just going to tie it right about here. So this is sort of what I'm imagining would be his scarf, and so it doesn't really matter what it does exactly, it's just there to look cute and fun. And so I'm going to curl it a little bit more. There we go. Okay, so that's looking good. I like that. So my snowman has his hat now, and he has a ribbon. Now this guy has a ribbon that goes around the outside of his hat. He also has a belt. If you want to make a belt, it's a great idea, because these guys don't really have 3 sections like you would think of as a snowman, but you can also make him a belt. So I think I will make my guy a belt today, And I'm going to use this yellow ribbon for that. If I can actually get it off of there. There we go. So I'm not going to curl the belt because it's just going to go around one time. So I'm going to go around like this. And I am going to just tie that belt in the back. Now you can squeeze it a little bit if you want your snowman to have sort of like 3 parts to his body. You don't want to squeeze it too hard because really he needs that stability. He needs to kind of come down and have the bottom of his body be nice and flat. I'm going to take my scissors and just trim this in the back. So my guy's got a belt, he's got a scarf, he's looking really quite cute already. It's time to put on those eyeballs. So like I said, I have googly eyes, I have green, blue, and black. I don't think I've ever seen a green-eyed snowman, but it is July, so I think I'm going to go for it. So to glue on googly eyes, you want to make sure you use a lot of glue. So this is, when you're doing paper, you kind of do it flat. With googly eyes, it's a different technique. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to scrape the sides of my glue stick until I get a lot of glue. And I'm going to turn this around so you can see it. You see how much glue is on there? So you want big globs of glue, and then you need to just place it where it's going to go and just press down. Your snowman will need to dry overnight, friends, so that it's ready to go. If you start playing with this right away, the things that are glued on will fall off. So it's really great as a decoration. So it's great to make these and then put them up on a shelf and enjoy looking at them. But if you want to play with it, you need to play with it tomorrow, guys, because it needs to dry overnight. So I've got lots of glue on this eye as well. I'm going to place it right there. Now this is purple glue that dries clear. So I'm just going to, it's a lot easier if you're laying your snowman down. So you probably won't be standing him up like I am for this demonstration. But it's okay. So I'm not going to shake this or do anything crazy with it because I want those to dry. And for you, it might even be better if it dries overnight lying flat like that. But for this, I want to show you how it works. Also, the same with the buttons. The buttons and the googly eyes are similar. They're about the same weight. So my guy, I think, is going to have a green button. So I'm going to scoop that glue up onto my button. And I'm just going to press it into place. My glue will dry clear, so I'm not worried about that. I'm not going to be upset if there's a lot of purple glue on my snowman. Kind of enjoying these summer colors on my snowman. I have never made a snowman in July before, guys. This is the first time. All right, so there we go. Let's make sure that's really on there. All right. So I've got my eyes. I've got my buttons. Now these guys have a mouth drawn on with a Sharpie, and that is another item that I did not mention earlier. I'm slipping up, guys. So if you need a Sharpie, you should grab one. If you have a Sharpie, like I have a Sharpie right here because I'm in my studio, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to very carefully lay my snowman down, and I'm going to just go ahead and give him a smile because he's friendly. And I'm going to give him a couple eyebrows. So he's looking cute and friendly. There we go. Some of you are probably wondering about his nose. Well, this guy has a carrot nose that was made out of foam. This guy's carrot nose was made out of felt. And this guy has no nose at all. So it's up to you. I'm not going to give this guy a nose today. That's fine. He doesn't really need one. But what I do want to do is give him some type of ribbon on his hat. And like I said, I have these old ribbons lying around, and I just thought they were festive and fun, so I brought one out. So these things have a tag on the back. It's got a sticky thing. The sticky thing is probably not sticky enough to hold it in place, but you can use this and the edge of your sock here, just kind of tuck it down in there like that, and it'll stay where you put it. So now my guy's got like a really cool thing on his head, and he's got his ribbon. I think what I'm going to do is put this a little bit to the side. Make sure, there we go, I can see those eyebrows. He's cute, all right. So now it's time to think about the arms. The arms are going to be really cute. Now I made these bigger than I needed on purpose. It's always wise to start out bigger than you need. As you can see, those would be enormous arms, but they also need to be partially inside his body so that they don't fall out. So this is where we're going to have to do a little surgery on our snowman, and you might need your parents' help with this, but basically what I want you to do is just take your scissors and just do a little cut in the sock where you're going to need to put that stick. And so this is not a big hole, guys. It's hard to see that, but it's not a big hole. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to shove this stick down into his body. And it's longer than it needed to be, but now I can still see that it's sticking up. And it's really stable, actually, because, well, it's stuck in all this stuffing. So I'm going to do my guy's other arm now. Hope his buttons don't fall off. So I'm going to hold him carefully. I'm going to take my scissors and just kind of chop away a bit until I get a nice hole in my sock. Again, get your parents to help you if you need that. And then I'm just going to shove his arm down into his body. Try to make their arms about the same. This guy's really, really cute. And these arms are strong, guys. Check it out. My guy might even be able to hold a pair of scissors. Wow, check it out. It's like super strong snowman. All right, friends. So there you have it. We got our little snowman. He's ready to join his friends over here. And he's looking really cute. If you want to do any more decoration, you're welcome to. You could use all kinds of things. If you have other things at home that you can use, you're welcome to have fun with it. Like I said, these fake flowers look really great. Here's some little artificial berries. So that was really fun. I hope you enjoyed it. I know I did. When we come back, I'll tell you what we're going to make next week. Next week, we're going to be making something you can actually wear around the house. These are tissue boxes, but they're going to turn into monster feet. So I'm going to show you how to do that next week. They won't fit on my feet, but they will fit on your feet. So hopefully you'll find a couple of tissue boxes that are ready for our craft next week. It's going to be fun. It's going to be cool. See you then, friends.